being here with you for yet another day. Maxine Belfont.
Where you walk?
What's up, bro?
When you talk, where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk.
It's a hungry world out there.
Just remember that I wish that everything you do today will bring you joy and peace.
To get our share.
Remember that you are a masterpiece. And you're handpicked by God. You're loved. And you're a person of extreme value and significance. You better believe that, yeah. Have a Thursday filled with God's beauty and strength.
Where you go, when you walk.
I pray that you would feel the presence of His love every step you take
When you talk,
from here on in.
you gotta be careful.
And pray that He will bless you in all your endeavors. Good morning, Grenada. Louisa Holder says good morning. Good morning to you, Louisa.
I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you move it. Which direction you go in. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk. Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk.
Hey, Pat Kip James. What's up, girl? Nice to know that you're there and you're checking in.
You gotta leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Sponsor of many cultural activities within the Trial State of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Pretty Matinee Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, A family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Coop Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home.
Become a leak finder. Check for leaks in and around your home. Common places for leaks in the home are kitchen pipes, below kitchen sinks, shower heads, bathroom faucets, toilet tanks, and laundry rooms. One drip every second adds up to 5 gallons per day.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, GCRUISE project.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. how you doing it.
You gotta be careful.
If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Anna Julian, good morning to you. How you doing? Nice to see you checking in. Gemma as in Warwood.
Innocent life is gone.
How you doing? How's Grand Dance?
It's only vice and corruption.
Looks like I'm gonna be alone this morning. Wow, didn't think so, but it looks like that. But nonetheless, you know, you chug along and you make the best. Good morning to the listeners on 91.5. 91.9, not up yet. That we believe will happen sooner rather than later. We can't put a timeline to it at this particular point in time. Can't put a timeline to it, but it's not up and running as yet, as you would realize. Now, I'm getting very disturbing information, and I don't like it. I really and truly don't like it. But I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm getting information that suggests that food is getting up to Carriacou, and food is getting up to Petite Martinique, and Carriacou and Petite Martinique, they have an abundance of food, and I do hope, well, supplies, put it that way. I do hope that the folks would store it properly and use it wisely, because understand that you will get a lot at this time. But know, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, that you're in this for the long haul. This is not just going to be 2 weeks. Put it this way. It's not like sports and you got the 100 meters or the 200 meters and that's going to be it. Or you got the 400 meters, which is usually one round around that track. It's not going to be like that. This is more like the 10,000 meters or the 15,000 meters. And realize I didn't say 1,500, yeah? I said 10,000, 15,000. This is more like the long haul. So people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, I implore upon you the need to store what you get now and use it wisely. But I also speak to the folks who are volunteering. There's some folks, based on information that I'm receiving, there's some folks who have volunteered, and that's wonderful. That's great. Nothing like a good volunteer, but when you find a bad volunteer, that's terrible. Information reaching me suggests that there are volunteers who are leaving mainland and going up. And when they get to Carriacou, they take in the supplies, and when they're coming back down, they come back down with it. They come back down with it. Where did I get that information from? Hey, come on. You know, I pull things out. And we have to do something. I mean, it's not that we don't need supplies on the mainland. We always do need something. Everybody needs something at some one point in time or another. But you shouldn't be doing it like that at this particular point in time. Leave it to the folks in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. I understand, I saw some pictures that Dr. Keith Mitchell, political leader of the New National Party, visited Carriacou yesterday. I'm not too sure if he's still there. But he visited yesterday himself. And who did I see in the photos? I saw him, I saw Peter David, and I saw Clarice Modeste, and Nolan Cox. Yeah, those are individuals, officials from the New National Party. Of course, I guess they visited with their good friend and compatriot, that's Nolan Cox. So I saw those pictures. So it's good. Good that Dr. Mitchell could have gone off to visit and to understand firsthand what took place in Carriacou, Martinique. Not that the Prime Minister didn't visit, he did. And of course, he's got the resources, so he can visit almost at any time. At a snap of a finger, he's got the Coast Guard right there. He's got helicopters and stuff like that. That's how he's rolling these days. He can visit. So we're not trying to throw shadow over the visit by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. But there's something I want to do and bring to us. It is correct that we are almost to the end, or at least to the end of the school year. Students are picking up their report books and stuff like that at this time. Now, what is the plan? What is the plan for students who are have to attend school in Carriacou, Martinique for the next school year? We're not going to build back in 3 months. It's impossible. However, there must be a plan. Is a plan being formulated now by the Ministry for Education, and to say, this is how we are going to go forward with the students out of Carriacou, Martinique? Are we putting structures in place so that we can start getting tents and whatever temporary housing we can put our hands on, or can be donated to us, so that classrooms can be erected and teachers can teach the students in a comfortable environment? Have we spoken to Grenlec and say, hey, Grenlec, can you do this? Can you supply the power so that we can air condition these places for the children, because it's gonna be hot? Have you spoken to a funding agency and say, hey, this is the best time now to show us how solar works, so they can set up some serious solar farms across the island of Carriacou and also on the island of Petit Martinique? Have we looked at that? Ministry for Education, you're the only person I can call to at this time. And you're probably saying, well, we're concentrating on the end of the school term. Yeah, but remember that there are children who are going off to secondary school from primary schools inside of Carriacou. And then there are preschoolers who are going to be going off to, what, primary school? Yeah. The whole turnover is going to take place. Are we putting structures in place so that these things can be managed? What is the word from the ministry? That's all I want to know, that the ministry they have a plan. You probably don't have to tell me what the plan is at this particular point in time, but it'd be good to know that, hey, yes, we have a plan. If you realize, the only person that has been speaking, as far as I'm concerned, well, I've seen snippets of Ms. Gloria Thomas, and I'm going to come back to you now, Ms. Gloria Thomas, in a short while. I've seen snippets from you. I've seen snippets from, what's his name? Senator Andrew. Yeah, Minister for Education. I've seen snippets with him. But let me come back a bit to Miss Gloria Thomas. Miss Thomas, I don't know if you are aware, ma'am, but the facilities, meaning, is it at Dumfries? Somebody from Carriacou, let me know. Is it at Dumfries in Carriacou where the houses are? Yeah, Dumfries in Carriacou. I think that's where the Chinese housing scheme was built. Now, I have heard that persons are not allowed to occupy these facilities. They aren't allowed to occupy them here in St. Patrick, nor were they allowed to occupy them in the Boucherjou area, and also in the, is it Dumfries area in Carriacou? I'm thinking it's Dumfries, yeah. So, I find it kind of troubling, Ms. Thomas, to hear you say that some of the units are being used for people in Carriacou, P. Martinique, when, based on information, ma'am, no one is allowed there. So I'm trying to figure out, is it a situation where you are not informed? Is it a situation that you're not informed so you don't know what's happening? Or you just chose to lie to the nation? I really need to find that out. Or maybe the people who are giving me the information, they are giving me wrong information. Because I really and truly can't understand. I really and truly can't understand why you would say, hey, some of the units in Carriacou are being used, and then the same people from Carriacou say, hey, we can't go there. We're not allowed. This is craziness. This is serious craziness. I'd really and truly love for somebody to educate me so on this. It's real. It's 91.9. This is where we ask the real questions. Yeah. And let me say this, I have very limited time on air. I'm not on air for the whole day. So when I come here, it is my intention to inform you, the people of Grenada. It is not my intention to take somebody else's program and try to make it into my program. I struggle on days to make a program, and it will continue like that. I am not going to take your program and try to make it my program. So when you choose to take snippets out of my program to do so and try to make your program, it means that something is wrong with you. You fighting for relevance. Don't fight for relevance. You create your own. Do you understand? You create your own. Don't wait until the station in the bush, the station that 10 people listen to, don't wait until they speak so that you can get something to speak about. That ain't making no sense at all. You know better. Make your own. Good morning to Joe. How you doing? Grand Dance is fine, so says Gemma Warwood. Hi, Gemma. Good morning to Michelle Alexander. How are you doing, my dear? Trust that you're having a wonderful day. I have to stop this spelling thing, you know, because you guys remember there was a broadcaster, yeah, who was spelling things, and he got to the name of a place in Grenada, Bolio. And don't ask me to spell Bolio. Don't ask me to spell Bolio. So he got to Bolio and he started B. And he went like B, 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 Bolio. He give us a kind of Joe Biden kind of thing, Sleepy Joe happening these days. Now, I can spell words. I can spell words like entertainment, Entertainment. I can spell, don't ask me to spell Bolio. I can spell Bartholomew, like Bartholommew. Ask Cynthia if that's how they spell your name. I'd really like to know. Erica George, good morning to you, and how are you doing? What is Erica saying? Ask the questions, Mr. Donald. Who's going to hold them accountable for what's going on? The government know that they are accountable. The government know for a fact that they are accountable. And let me say this to you folks. The devastation of the vegetation in Grenada has been tremendous. The devastation of the vegetation in St. Patrick, I can speak for St. Patrick, it's horrendous. And if this is what happened in St. Patrick, I dread to see Carriacou PD Martinique. That's going to look like a bomb field. Trust me, I don't think any trees in Carriacou right now have leaves. So once we know that, we have to start acting. And I get the feeling, I get the vibe that the government is in slow motion or they're not moving at all. Because you're not hearing anything, you're not feeling anything. It's just like you're in a lull and you're just watching still to see what is happening. The government needs to be more proactive. The government needs to be more proactive. If the government is not proactive, we are going to fail with this. Another thing, there is an island just off here called Isle of Rune, where folks who do the fishing trade, they're up there in Isle of Rune. I think that there are a few persons up there. One of them should be Aaron Batiste, good friend of mine, who would have had to deal with the storm up there. From my information, it looks like one house survived the wrath of burial. One house. Has the Department of Fisheries or the Ministry of Fisheries, Ministry of Agriculture, have you guys organized, and maybe with the Coast Guard or some other vessel, to go see what happened on Isle of Rune? What are you waiting on? And that is why I'm saying the government is not proactive. You're not getting the feeling. We are just, right now, we are just in slow motion mood too, like the government, The country just going along because it must go along. But the government is not taking the lead. And we need the government to take the lead. We need the government to understand that leadership is necessary. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andre Donald, and good morning to the Grenadian people, home and abroad, who's listening. Carriacou, Petit Matnik, everybody, Chantimel Sutters, everybody. Mr. Donald, I want to ask you a question, sir. I want to know what is the problem with the houses in Carriacou. I mean, You have a prime minister, you have a minister on the island, Mr. Kevin Andrews. I mean, these are your people. These are your people and the houses. Even said, I pay for one of the house. But right now, a lot of people need somewhere to put their head to have a comfortable rest when the night come with all this stress. And you all just have it closed up. What is the problem? What is the problem? You all have the authority to open it and allow the people in Karakwam Martinique to live there until they get themselves organized. I don't, and all you go have the belly to want to vote back these people in power. Look at what they're doing to y'all people. Look at what they're doing to y'all. They have this place just close up. And there is people that don't have somewhere to rest their head to get a good night rest. So they could focus and think of what they're doing. People frustrated. What you have it closed up for? Mr. Deacon Mitchell as the Prime Minister of this country. Why you have this place closed up? And there is people with children, old people that need somewhere to rest. Even if I buy an apartment there, open it up. They will understand why you put people there. Something wrong with all you. All you is not well, people. All you sick. All you sick, Mr. D. Commissioner and your team. To have a houses that nothing wrong with it. Well, a man tell me yesterday, last night on a bus, he tell me just come from Pitimatic. They don't have water in the bathrooms. Well, let it get open there still, let it go and rest. Something wrong, something wrong. And he have Grenadians that siding with that. Grenadians that siding on you. And Mr. Donald, let me tell you something. The hurricane season just started, you know. I mean, come on. You have some in Victoria closed up. You have, I mean, it's hotels. You have some in Busheju. Open up the place and give the people to. The Chinese give us that as a gift. You know why it's a gift? Something wrong with all your boy. I could never support you all with what you're doing to your own people. These are people that put their finger in ink to put all you in power in on. Look at all you're doing to them. Mr. Kevin, you should have stand up and tell the Prime Minister, this is my people, sir. And they vote for me. We have to put them inside it. Something wrong with all you. Have a good day, Grenada Car Company.
And you too, my darling. Take care of yourself.
Yolan Smith, good morning. Good morning to you, Yolan. I must say, good morning to my daughter and to Miss Yolan Bean Hosford. Good morning, Dr. Mitchell, everybody, Peter. And Devon Romain, call me, please. Call me, please. You know what it is all about. Bye-bye.
Bye, my dear. All right. 442 0175. Those are the numbers you can use via WhatsApp, of course, and link us. We want to hear from you. And I want to be educated by you as it relates to things that you know the government is doing that I don't know. If you know they're doing things, my God, let me know. Shut me up and say, hey, Andre, no. And let me say this, yeah? Know this, understand this, learn this, and believe this. NADMA, and this one is very difficult for me to say, and you would understand it, why it's difficult for me to say. But NADMA, when it was directly under the umbrella of Senator Winston Galway, you heard more about NADMA than now you have it under the umbrella of Dr. Walters. Dr. Walters, this is not a thing that you just stay back and you have to lead from the front, brethren. You have to lead from the front. We are not hearing you. And this is the thing, you know. If we're not hearing and we're not feeling you as NADMA, we're not hearing and seeing and feeling you. As government, Mr. Prime Minister, we're not hearing and seeing and feeling you. Then you're not doing anything, you know. This is not something that can be fixed with photographs. Time for photographs done. Nobody wants to see where you have been. People want to know what you have done. Nobody wants to see fancy picture and fancy pose. Nobody wants that. People want action. People need action. Tell me something. I mean, today is what, Thursday? And you are a supporter of the government. You are a supporter of the government. I respect the government, most definitely. There's no doubt about that. But you are a supporter of the party and the government. Now, I want you to honestly tell me, and the phone line is open, limited though it is, WhatsApp 442-0175. I want you to tell me what, or give me two things. Give me two things that the government has done from Monday to now, or from Sunday to now. Give me two things that the government has done from Sunday to now. I'm waiting. Two things, and you can type it too. Eh? If you're bashful and you don't want to call, you can type it on the YouTube chat and I will read it. Two things that you know the government has done for the past week. Because Friday, tomorrow is Friday. We have gone through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, today is Thursday. 2 more days and a week done. Tell me two things. You are a supporter of the party. You, of course, are a supporter of the government. You love the government. And we all want the government to succeed. Don't believe I don't want the government to succeed. I want them to succeed. Why? Because I live here. If they fail, we all fail. This is not about elections. No, when election time comes, we know we move into that mode. But as of now, I want the government to succeed. You know why? Because I've got friends in Carriacou. I've got friends in PD Martinique. And if the government succeeds in what they're doing, then my friends will be okay. But you know what? Nobody knows what the government is doing. There's no plan being rolled out. I'm waiting. What are the plans? Name me two things that the government has done. Somebody said they're not seeing me. Okay, let me see if I could fix that. I didn't necessarily come into the seeing thing this morning. I have to go and get there's an issue in relation to the seeing thing. So, yeah, let's go with this. You probably will have to deal with this. Yeah, I have to go to the store today to buy iron. Tried to plug in my iron. Plugged in my iron 2 days ago. Yeah. Not working. It just decided it ain't working. So I have to go to the store today. Yeah, to get iron. I asked someone to remind me to get an iron because I've been meaning to do it 2 days now. So this morning when I look for a shirt that can do without the ironing. I only found this. So, yeah, I have to deal with this. So I've been asking the question, simple question. 2 things that you know that the government has done over the past week. 2 things that you know Dr. Terence Walters has done with NADMA. Outside collect stuff that go to Carriacou and try to distribute it. Tell me 2 things that you know they've done. Where are the different ministers? Why aren't we having situations where press conference or addresses by different ministers? Minister for Housing. But she did say something, and what she said is proven not to be true. It's proven not to be true. Information suggests otherwise. But it is important for us all to understand. Truth will seek you out at all times. The truth will seek you out. So, Minister, if you know that you misspoke, I put it as you making an error there. You misspoke. If you know you misspoke, just come out and say, hey, I was given information that was not correct, and I gave the information as I was given, but the information is not correct. Try that. Because really and truly, it doesn't look good on you, madam. It really doesn't look good on you. Where are we going now? And that's the question we need to do so and figure out, or the answer to that question needs to be given. Where are we going now? What are we going to do? We're getting resources, and there's gonna be a lot of resources coming. Have we decided as NADMA, Dr. Walters, have you decided, hey, while yes, you take care of people in Carriacou, Pidi Martinique, that you should not forget that there are people in St. Patrick who are as bad, who lost homes too? I mean, literally lost homes, blown out roofs. Are you aware of that? But everything I hear, Carriacou, Pidi Martinique, Carriacou, Pidi Martinique. And hey, no. The kayaks know that, hey, Andre loves. But I can't just love Carriacou and forget St. Patrick. So I will be an advocate for the people in St. Patrick. And mind you, Mr. Prime Minister, your supporters in St. Patrick, they are upset. I ain't saying they're vexed with you, but they are upset. Why? Because you're not seen as delivering. You're not seen as delivering. There people are going around and doing assessment. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dr. Walters, I'm coming to you with this one. Dr. Walters, some of the people who going around doing assessment, Dr. Walters, them people can't read and write, They can't string 2 sentences together, So I don't know how you get these people to go out and do assessments, Some of these people don't. I questioned one. And I say, hey, what's the whole criteria? I don't know. I did a course at NADMA and they asked me to go out now. The person does not even know what they're looking for, you know. All they know is that they did a course with NADMA. Dr. Walters, that is going to make you fail. And one gets the impression that NADMA is just putting together information so as to put into a budget, so as to put into something so that NADMA can get more monies. What they're going to do with the money is a different story. I don't know. I'm not here to question that. But I'm saying to you, Dr. Walters, you need to get your act together. If you don't get your act together, you are going to fail. And when you fail, Dr. Walters, check this out. When you fail, here's what is going to happen. You will fail. You will fail. NADMA will fail. And the government will fail. So at the end of the day, you are going to be the reason, Dr. Walters, why the government fails. Because you are not handling NADMA the way you should be handling NADMA. Nobody is feeling your organization. Nobody is feeling the organization. And we have to do better than that. It's Realist 91. 7 minutes before the top. 8 o'clock. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome, listeners, to another program of Did You Know? A 5-minute feature from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. I am your presenter, Oslin Crosby. On this week's program, we discuss the topic, Financial Security is the New Retirement. What is it and how to get there? For younger workers, retirement is a long way off. Lifespans are getting longer, medical technology is improving, and jobs are fresh and exciting. After working so hard to get a job, most young professionals don't want to immediately think about giving it up. It's hard to find a place to disagree with an assessment like that. Retirement planning appeals to folks who can see the end of their careers and have some idea or concern over what their futures will look like. For those just starting out, or for those who are passionate about their careers, retirement planning isn't a useful way to think about savings. This trend shows in the numbers. A recent survey showed that 48% of Gen Y respondents aren't saving for retirement. Another 33% started saving but have stopped. It's tempting to look at that data and see a bunch of ignorant people, but there might be something more complicated going on. Maybe the language of retirement just doesn't work for today's young worker. For more and more young people, financial stability is replacing retirement planning as the savvy way to think about saving for the future. A lot of the same tools work for both options. The biggest difference is that you don't have to be old to be financially secure. What is financial security? According to Investopedia, financial security is having enough passive income to cover your expenses for the rest of your life. For example, if you have rental property, dividend income, savings account interest, and a turnkey business that provide enough money to live on, you've achieved financial security. As you age, more of your income is provided by these opportunities, leaving you with more time to pursue your passions. Financial security is having the means to quit a job you may not enjoy. It's the freedom to move somewhere because you want to live there rather than because you're following a job. It's being able to turn a month off to work on a novel or screenplay. It means you can take care of an ailing parent or take vacations on your own schedule. It's not quite retirement. The assumption of financial security is that you're still making money somehow, whether in residual income from your work you've already done or from small business opportunities you work to maintain. It does look very similar to traditional retirement, though. We are due now for a break. More when we return.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Welcome back. Listeners, before we went on the break, we were discussing the topic, financial security is the new retirement. What is it and how to get there? How do I get there? Most of the advice that appeals to retirement savings applies to saving for financial security. Putting away 50% or more of your income into savings, vehicles, and investments is a good place to start. Avoiding debt for consumer purchases or lifestyle maintenance is another sound move. The real difference comes in timing. With traditional retirement planning, you invest more as you get closer to retirement. The goal is to accumulate enough savings to live on for a decade or two when your expenses are at their highest, so you need to contribute more during your peak earning years. Typically, these comes just before you retire. You are an experienced veteran in your field, and your salary is usually at its highest just before retirement. When your goal is financial security, the timetable reverses. In the beginning, more of your wages need to go towards investments. As they start to bring in returns, more of your income becomes disposable. Because your savings aren't locked up in a designated retirement account, you're free to use them to pursue non-work money-making strategies. One other opportunity for investment opens up when your goal is financial security, investing in yourself. Learning a new skill can open up new opportunities or help you save money by insourcing an existing task. If you're paying a web designer, learning to code yourself can save you the money you're spending on building and open up new opportunities to expand your business. Another resource you will need in the journey is knowledge. Much of financial security involves navigating a lot of unknown waters. Being a small business owner requires financial knowledge that just isn't taught in most schools. That's where Grenville Cooperative Credit Union can help. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff can walk you through the steps to being a master of your own financial destiny. Remember, it's not how much money you make, but how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. And that's it for this week. Until next week, I am your presenter, Oslin Crosby. Grenville Credit Union, your financial institution who values our membership and strives to provide exceptional customer service.
Sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftis, and I'm a Calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Petit Martinique Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quad Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home.
Become a leak finder. Check for leaks in and around your home. Common places for leaks in the home are kitchen pipes, below kitchen sinks, shower heads, bathroom faucets, toilet tanks, and laundry rooms. One drip every second adds up to 5 gallons per day.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, GCRUISE project.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling.
Indeed, a hungry world out there. Everybody's scrambling.
Wolves in sheep clothing,
Even Andre's scrambling.
to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do.
But as they say, I scramble no longer. My good friend is here. BJ, good morning.
Morning, Andre.
How
Morning
you
to the
doing?
listening public. I am doing okay.
Well,
Warm and easy as always.
can't be warm and easy in this storm and this
Warm
storm.
and easy as always. I am too old to grow cold.
Okay, you and your words. Stringing your words together. But Bertrand,
Yes.
I mean, I've heard from many people their perspective and what happened to them last Monday. Well, not last Monday, Monday before. What's your experience with Beryl?
First, I want to say that my heart goes out to most of the farmers in the St. Patrick's, St. Mark's area, St. Andrews to a certain extent, who would have lost their crops and had, severe damages. I am absolutely sorry to see, and I experience your pain. I know what it's like, and my heart goes out to you. And I know it's difficult to pick up the pieces and start, but that is what is needed at this point in time. Might be difficult, but life, it's real. So, with regard to my experience with what actually went on, Andre, we didn't have major, how I should put it, structural damage in terms of buildings and stuff like that, but agriculturally, my experience is that it's very, very, very bad. When I look at places like Montreach and Chantimel and those places, because I had, I had made first-hand visit, I was there on spot to see what, went on. And trust me, it's absolutely bad. Very, very bad.
Rosehill, did you get
Yes,
to
the past in Rosehill. We had a few houses being damaged, but you think about Rosehill, it's more or less a nice community in terms of agriculture. There isn't any major thing happening there except soursop tree here and there that fell, But it was bad. It was bad in a lot of places. I've been through where is it Derby, Prospect area, and some of the houses would have blown up completely. And this have to be considered as bad. It's strange though that when you go to St. George's and places like St. David's, they're looking like they're living in a different country. Hardly anything happens in those areas. The vegetation is green and nice and like untouched. And you drive 20 minutes, half an hour, and the other part of the country is decimated.
BJ, the in this area, meaning in St. Patrick, and some parts of St. Andrew, some parts of St. Mark too, of course, the banana, the plantain, the bulgur, they have taken a hit.
Well, those crops cannot withstand those kind of breeze that would have blown. This is severe weather. And those crops are a big herb, a soft stem. The stem is soft. They don't have to break. And this kind of weather, Andre, wherever you have bananas, you would have destruction. We would have lost about 5 acres or so.
That's what you lost?
Yeah, bananas and plantain totally flattened.
Wow.
Well, you have to pick up the pieces and restart. And
how do you restart with that?
You have to cut it back because a soft stem, they hold a lot of water and they would grow back fairly fast, especially with the kind of weather that we're having now, with a bit of rain, a bit of sun. They will spring back fairly fast. So you just cut back and you restructure the field again. In a lot of cases, you don't have to replant because the tree just broke. So you have to cut it back and start back again.
But in cutting back, the mother, it will
the main plant.
The main plant, it will shoot again.
Yeah, and want to bear again. You can leave it if you want, or you can keep cutting it back. If you leave it, in a lot of cases, you will get a banana, but that's a risk in doing that, because what may happen is that where you cut the tree, that would be a weak point, and when the banana actually produces that fruit, it tends to want to break in that same area. But there is no harm in you just cutting it back and letting it grow again. That's what
How long before we get bananas on your field? Let's speak at your field.
My field, you may get bananas 6-7 months time again, which is not very long.
What do you mean? Be in July, so August, September,
by December,
October, November.
December. Yeah.
December, January, you
get bananas again from that same field. Because you already had suckers that was growing, what they call followers, that was growing behind the main tree. That was you was leaving to get after the main tree would have and produce. Those trees what you leave back and really concentrate on now, Andre, because that's what's going to reshape your banana field in the future. That's the one you want to concentrate on.
Saursop?
Yeah, most of it would have fell. Some are able to probably catch back on their own. Some you would have to replant.
So you'd have some cutting back to do in the saursop.
Cutting back to doing the saursop.
In the saursop also. So saursop is damaged. Banana fields are damaged.
Pawpaw damage.
Yeah. And you don't have nutmegs.
Plantains are damaged, zero. In the hillside, I lost the entire thing. In the hillside in Montreach, plants up there.
Wow. The tree just all broken down?
Everything. You have to get a chainsaw and cut back the whole thing. About 5 acres over there that I would have lost also.
DJ, are you feeling the Ministry of Agriculture? Did you feel anything? Farming is what you do. Have you felt the Ministry of Agriculture? Have you felt the government? Have you felt anything?
I will try not to be political this morning because of the time we are living in, and I know the government is under pressure. However, I am dissatisfied with the way they are doing things. They do seems to be able to function, concentrating on different fronts. And as a government, you have to be able to do those. You may be stretched, and it may be new territory for you, but you need to get the appropriate people who are used to the battlefield to assist you if you have problem, because it's a national issue. We are talking about a disaster, Andre, a hazard that happened, and it's very disastrous. So therefore, you have to look at it in a scientific plan, organized way. And in the first case, that's why you have NAGMA. They are the ones that should be spearheading those things now. You have the Ministry of Agriculture. By now, you should know the total losses that we've had in the agriculture sector. You're not hearing anything about that. We don't want to know how much acres of cocoa that damaged now. This is like 10 days after hurricane. We should have those figures, those statistics. The government should have been ramping up efforts to help those farmers. I pass in Montreal, just, in solidarity, Andre, chatting and raising morale with, the farmers there. Tears was in some of them eyes, Andre, because like, BJ, we give up. We don't know where to start. We don't know what it is. By now, the government should have a plan together with the different commodity boards, nutmeg and cocoa. By now, you should have those things, Andre. In fact, those things shouldn't be a reactionary plan for now, because of the area that we are living in. You should have those plans preempt. It's like the US does do. This country behaving bad, we're going to devise a military plan just in case. It's the same way. We normally would have hurricane, we're susceptible, so we would have to have things that we need to put in place to mitigate against those things. And this is the problem that we have in, Andre. We are reactive.
Not proactive.
No, and in a country like Grenada that's prone to those things. 20 years ago, we experienced those things. And by now, we should have things in place to, to mitigate and alleviate some of the problems that we are having.
Well, BJ, and I continue to say this to most people. Ivan happened in the entire country.
Yes.
Beryl, basically St. Patrick, Carriacou, Piedmont.
Yeah.
So the government should be in a better position so as to handle than the government was back in Ivan.
Should be.
But we're not feeling them.
Because we're reacting. The structure, Andre, if you look at the structure of NAGMA, I was doing a project recently, and I had to basically look at our disaster agency.
Okay.
And I looked at NAGMA in detail and how it's structured. I don't know who would have done it. Being a military man, the chain of command is not straight enough. Too much subcommittees, too much thing all over the place. Same way with nutmegs and those things. And some of the people who are the main people, they are the one that heading the subcommittees, main decision makers, heading some little stupid committee to clean up and to do this and to do that. You need, Andre, like the military, we are straight line of command. We don't mix matters. People life on the line. And civilians should learn from those things and stop this big management structure for formality and bag of foolishness. Those things doesn't work. It just cause chaos. People doesn't know who is who and what is what. So you'll lose the chain of command, and then you get disorganization on the ground. And that's what's happening now. You're seeing people here doing that. You're seeing people there doing that. And they're not coordinating properly. If you don't coordinate the effort, you're going to have issues like we are having now.
Do you believe that enough attention is being paid to your parish?
Not at all. By now, farmers should be told hang on, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing, this is, the effort that we are putting in that particular sector to get it activated again. Cocoa is now put their hand under the chin, the government hands under the chin, nutmeg hand under the chin, and they all, heading there as though the shell shock. Shell shock people, there is no space for you on the battlefield. You're just causing problem.
Do you believe that the agricultural sector in Grenada can rebound? Well, not in St. Patrick, because this is where the emphasis should be placed. Do you believe that our agricultural sector can really rebound from this?
It may take a few years again, but it could. It depends on people's ability to do it. And I think we are resilient and we can do it. Some of the people, Andre, they're going to be despondent. It always happens. After those major disasters, you have psychological effect on you. And sometimes it's really hard and you feel heavy to go pick up the pieces because remember you used to get your livelihood from that particular thing and it's no longer there. So you feel eroded. You feel the capities move under you. Well, tell you what, you need to pick it up, wash it, start again, and, move, forge ahead. This is the only way. Life is difficult, but it's real, Andre. Especially for elderly people. Sometimes you just figure, gosh, I did plant after Ivan, and it took me 20 years to start, getting reward for my labor, and here am I again. I lost it. Andre, that is life. It happens, you have ups and you have downs, and that's why we have government, so as to spearhead, direct, coordinate, plan, put policies in place to, to get people's life a lot easier and a lot better. That's why we have government, Andre. Let me tell you something. You have a house, and there's a playing field outside your house. There's 3 people living in the house. There's a nice football match going on. There's a wall around the house. And everybody wants to see the match. Mother, son, and,
Father?
Yeah. And you know what happens, Andre? There's the wall around your house. It's 6 feet tall, And your wife is, what, 5 feet 5? The man is 6 feet 6 inches. And the child is 4 feet. And you have 3 stools. How should put it? The tendency is to give everybody a stool because you want to be fair. But it's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to give the mother 1 stool and to give the child 2 stools.
Because,
so everybody can see the match. The man can see already. You have some people who are able to play the game without help. And there are people who just cannot play the game. But they won't see the match, Andre. Sometimes there are people who need more help than others. And this is the problem that we are having. We are looking in the right, we are looking in the wrong direction. We are giving people who help who don't really need the help. Problem number 1. And unless we don't solve that problem, we're going to have issues. There are people whom you have to give 2 stools in order for them to survive the game. And there are some people who don't need any. There are some people who need 1. But you wouldn't know that until you do the evaluation, until you assess the situation properly, then you wouldn't know. We play politics with everything. We're not real.
Do you believe, as you speak about politics there, do you believe that the current administration is immersing everything into a political cauldron?
Andre, and I'm not zeroing just on our politicians and looking just at the political situation. With the advent of social media and popularizing it, Andre, the virtual space is very, very big. And we have a lot of posers on those spaces because it's huge and the audience is, enormous. What we tend to do is to put a set of garbage on those things and to fool people. We just pose. Everything is a picture. Everything is, and someone is so insensitive. You're helping somebody, but the world have to know you're helping them. You're doing something for some elderly person, but you have to shake their hand and hug them and kiss them as though you're Judas. Who tell you they want that to be seen worldwide? Don't you know when you do those things and post it, that people plight are being reported worldwide, but for your political gains and for your whole, ego that is uncontrollable, you do those things. And you don't help people as a show business. You don't do it for the world to see. You do it because it's a humanitarian cause, because it needs to be done, because it's the right thing to do. And if a picture follow it, so be it. But you don't go on purpose and making bag of foolishness with people plight just for other people to see so you're going to get a vote next election. Those things are selfish and it's insane and it's dirty to do that.
We've got a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Angie. Good
Morning.
morning, TJ.
Morning, boss.
I did. Andrew and BJ, that grinder, I've been in the grinder in Carrico.
You in Carrico?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the hurricane take me in Carrico.
Oh, really?
Saturday. I go and collect my granddaughter to come down and hurricane take me up here.
Man get bar.
What?
Well, how you make that way?
Well, we are living at the downstairs. And I'm so stubborn. I'm so stubborn that day I stay upstairs. Next half an hour to swing downstairs. I root one. But we are downstairs. But Andre, Carrico, passed through a grinder. When I see mahogany trees, big branches grind out, tam branch tree grind out. When you watch the coconut trees, all the branches come out from the tree itself, The grab with young coconut on the ground. It's a grinder. But something, look, Sotes have 2 ministers. Sotes get the most heat in Grenada, the biggest heat in Grenada. And you don't hear nothing? Well, where they in Broadgrove is 2 acres of land. Yeah, I lose. I would say 80% I do not make everything on the ground. I watch a DGL brother of mine, Virgin, everything is on the ground. You're hearing nothing from the association, you're hearing nothing from Ministry of Agriculture. And the next thing, Tuesday morning when we're doing house in Carrico, the people who was there, about 12 people down there with us, downstairs. So I tell them, I say, let's go and open some room up in the Chinese house. And some people agree with me. Let's go, yeah. Yeah, look at selling food in Carrico and half of Carrico people doing that. So why is selling all the food and half of the people in Carrico day in Grenada? Yeah. You not make industry done. On the cinema now, like BJ say everything flattened by he. Broadgrove flattened too. Yeah.
Okay.
Only not made, but the cinema and everything is on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you basically lost everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, boss tell me we go start from next week. Bring back get some change size, get some people to work and start attacking the land again. So next week I got to look for 5-6 men and you know what I mean? And I'm gonna get place again. Yeah. Birds go flat. Yeah, man, birds go there. Only nutmeg on the ground. Yep.
What do you think? From where you sit, what should the Nutmeg Association be doing right now?
Nutmeg Association should be meeting the farmers. They should meet the farmers, say something to the farmers. Look, this thing happening, UNC extension officer nowhere around. Nowhere around, you don't see that. The Nutmeg Association should be meeting the farmers. No. I know we need them and they all 7 years, they just no back pay. So they have to meet us. Yeah.
Okay.
I call in on the Nutmeg Association. Right now we need the money us we back pay 7 years, you don't pay us. We need that money now. And you need to come and you need to say something to us.
All right.
You need to say something to us.
All right, brethren, well, hold it down. Are you back on the mainland?
Yeah, back on the mainland.
All right, then. Well, one love. Take care of yourself, all right?
You too, bless up. BJ, so
Yeah, man, blessings, you know.
I know you are resilient. I know you are resilient, man. I know you will come back.
That's life, you know. Used to those things, OG.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to you.
All right, then, one love. This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. We take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
Sponsor of many cultural activities within the Trial State of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Pittimatnik Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quad Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home.
Become a leak finder. Check for leaks in and around your home. Common places for leaks in the home are kitchen pipes, below kitchen sinks, shower heads, bathroom faucets, toilet tanks, and laundry rooms. One drip every second adds up to 5 gallons per day.
A message from the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, G-Cruise Project.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Step inside, immerse Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with color by Sissons.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
You can only judge the mettle of a person when times are tough and things are hard. Do you agree?
I agree, Andre. How I should put it. Andre, there are certain things that required experience.
Mhm.
If you don't have the experience, it's difficult for you to handle it.
Okay.
Because for first timers, it's gonna be really difficult because you just don't know what to do. It's your first time.
BJ, when we've just, well, we're supposed to be still in the 50th celebration of independence. When you look back at all the pomp and pride and whatever, you saw everybody taking front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have destruction. And the destruction, you know, the thing about, as I keep saying to people, the destruction, BJ, is not in the entire state. It's not in the entire state. Yes, there are areas in St. Andrew that has been affected badly, as you just heard from our brethren there. There's areas in St. Mark that have been affected badly. St. Patrick is a total situation. So BJ, all in all, you have 1, 2, 3, and let's say the whole of, let's do some, for argument's sake, we say the whole of St. Andrews. You have 7 constituencies, 8, because Carriacou is included, that have been devastated by this hurricane. And BJ, you're not hearing from the reps in those areas.
We lack planning, Andre. Badly.
You know, when I call her name, she probably do some go on social media as she usually does. But Delma Thomas, you just heard, Delma, that the brethren say, yo, Birch Grove. That's your area too. You have part of Birch Grove.
It is bad in some places. I've seen Birch Grove.
Yeah.
Not the entire thing, but I've seen a lot of nutmegs, on the ground.
What are you saying? Are you encouraging Minister Andrews, tie behind neck, to speak out? What's the plan?
Andre, in order to come up with those things, you have to do a situational analysis, I'm not sure if they even know what it is happening in our area yet. I don't sure they appreciate what it is going on. By now, we should have drones flying all over the place and mapping out the damages that we would have. We should be looking at the prints and, seeing how we can devise ways and means, come up with a plan, Andre, prioritize, you understand, to ensure that when we do decide to execute, we know exactly what it is we are doing. If you don't do those, you're going to have issues and serious issues. You're going to be reacting. We don't have a proper plan in place, and we're not planning properly.
This is just simply crazy.
So you think is the country is supposed to have, disaster plans? Only Nagma? The agriculture sector should be having theirs.
But everybody
Nutmeg should be
one.
having theirs. Cocoa should be having theirs. And we can sit down together as a team in no time at all and see what coincide with each other, what makes sense, what is the priority here, where the money should be spent, whatever. Assume they don't even have money. So then it's difficult to execute anything.
They just got a 100, there will be 118 million, well, 44 million US. That transfers to about 118 million EC. That is supposed to be disbursed to them over a period.
Yeah.
From I can't remember what the acronym is, but that's one that they're gonna get.
Well, if you're going to get that, shouldn't you be planning with those money? Sometimes you don't actually have the money now, or you're going to be getting it over a period of time, a scheduled period. But shouldn't your plan encompasses those things? Shouldn't you be saying that, hang on, we're going to be putting in 40 million in the agriculture sector to rehabilitate most of the farms in St. Patrick's and St. Andrews and wherever, and this money will be spending here, there, everywhere. If you give cocoa that, what should I say? Some of it might use to pay wages. If you give nutmegs, the same thing may happen to. You give other institutions, they may have other financial issues. It stay in the hands of government, it will just filter away and leach away, you don't know where it goes, something like that. So, Andrew, do you really see the impact of those monies when people say they're giving you those kind of, money as grant and whatever? Do you really feel the impact?
No, you don't.
Because people play politics with those monies. Friends and companies and who don't really deserve those money, that will end up with those money. People who sit down and saying they're coming up with a plan, and the plan should be existed long time, but you actually have a plan now, your consultant and your who, like you can't do nothing for yourself, and all of a sudden the money finish. And where the money actually supposed to be spent, it's not spent there. Mm-hmm. And this is the problem, Andre. So when you're calling figures for me, it don't really mean nothing much. You can call 300 million. It don't mean anything to me. How you're going to spend it, or when you're going to spend it, or where you're going to spend it is what's important to me.
But I'm just saying that I really and truly need for the government to be more proactive. And put it this way. The Prime Minister and Minister for public utilities, he has a whole plethora of ministries under his umbrella.
Yeah.
Front and center, he's responsible for NADMA.
Yes, he in charge.
He is in charge.
Prime Minister in charge.
You can't ask for somebody better to be in charge. The Prime Minister is in charge.
Normally, Minister of National Security has to be in charge.
Right. So he's also the Minister for National Security.
Yes.
So, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to take the lead. You need to
take the lead.
You need to start to do things.
Start with him.
The whole thing starts with you.
Andrew, that's disaster. And the person at the top, the general in charge, he's the one that's responsible for everything, all the activities. NAGMA should be the command post now. And from there, things should be regularized. Things should fall in place. Where go, things that are needed, where, goes the personnel, where goes the logistics, all of those things has to be directed from that department. And according to the policy, according to the management structure, NAGMA office should be turned into a command post in times like these.
Well, it was built for that.
Yes.
It was built for that. But what is
Andrew,
happening?
Where is the Minister of Agriculture? Did he address the farmers nationally 10 days after? In some country, this man will lose his work, Andre. We have no use for him. Did he tow a little place like Grenada, could walk around Grenada in a day? Mm-hmm. Did this man tow the farms in St. Patrick's to give farmers hope and to say X, Y, and Z? And this man not ready for the job yet.
Put on a boots and grab a cut like George Brizan.
And them don't ready for this job yet. That require different people, different thinking. In fact, they doesn't have the feel for the job, Andre. They don't have the not just the ability, Andre, but sometimes you like something, even though, technically you're not there, but you like this stuff, so you tend to always be present. The mind don't like the thing. If they like this stuff, they would be present, Andre. This is something that people, Andre, this is a big problem, and look at it in a holistic way. Just focus your head rationally. Don't let other thought contaminate your mind or the way you're thinking. Politicians have to understand that they have a job, a task to solve, and the money comes second. You're not doing that for pay. All right? If you get into politics for a pay, you're there for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Most of the people in Grenada who are politicians, they are there for the pay, they are there for the wrong reason. How do you expect them to perform efficiently in time like this? How do you expect them to do the right things when they only looking for is a payment at the end of the month and how they can, get some money left, right, and center? And the wrong kind of people. Grenadans have to realize that, hang on, the people they, electing or selecting or whatever to run their show, they need to scrutinize them properly and see what it is that they really want, if they want to help or if they want something for themselves. Most of the politicians in Grenada want something for themselves, Andre.
Somebody just sent me a message, BJ, and said to me, hey, Andre, that thing that you're speaking about, that insurance thing that you're speaking about, that the government is getting the $44 million US, that was something that the NNP signed on to in 2016-2017, and it's the Caribbean Catastrophic Risk Insurance. So the NNP signed on to that in 2016-2017 thereabouts. So as a result of that, and then BJ, I must take a bit of the politics here, and then we go around and say Keith Mitchell did nothing. Here is something that he signed on to in 2016-2017 thereabouts. And guess what? Now you're reaping the benefits of it. But again, he did nothing.
Oh, Andre, tell you what. This is the problem that we have. We play politics with everything, every single thing. We try to, as though getting elected is the order of the day. It isn't the order of the day, Andre. Serving the people, that is the order of the day. And if you serve them properly, you will get re-elected. But in a lot of cases, people are doing the wrong things and hoping to be re-elected. I don't understand. It's not going to happen, Andre. You become delusional with the power. You become intoxicated by your ego. And this is the problem, Andre. Aren't farmers want to see who in charge now? Aren't farmers looking for guidance? Aren't farmers looking sometimes not just for monetary support, but moral support? Where are those people? Where are the extension officers? Where are people, fed up with those man named Yamancha and talk about something else.
Yeah. I just wish we could talk about something else.
But that's what exists now.
That's the order of the day, And the incompetence of the people is what is causing us to have to talk about them,
Yes,
because
Andre,
they're not doing anything.
And if people are trying, if people are making an effort, I don't have a problem. You do something and you fail, or you try to do something and it didn't happen, and you don't blame you. We all are human beings and we all have our shortcomings. Our country not very rich and stuff like that. Farmers know that. You understand, we are going through tough times. And don't expect you to come drop $1 million for them or say, we're giving you X, Y, and Z. But at least we need to be guided. We need to be told something. We need to know where we're going. We need to know how we resuscitate in certain things. Yet still the man and them don't see in the bigger picture, Andre. The vision, the focus on the development of our country is too short. The man and them short-sighted. And this is the problem. What happened? If you now you get an opportunity to do something and do it better, because you just always talk about building back better and transformation and whatever. Isn't that an opportunity now, Andre? Shouldn't you be doing your SWOT analysis? and looking at the disadvantage and the things that you didn't do properly to come up, Andre, with strengths now, where you can develop your agriculture sector better. Isn't that an opportunity now? The zombie and them crying, the hand on the head and they don't even know where to turn. And that's the kind of people we have leading the country, you know, Andre. Those are the kind of people. People who cannot think in difficult times. People who panic when little things happen. What happens if this is a mash up the entire country? Will you go and bury yourself? Andre, you have to rise. You have to lift yourself up. You have to show that you're a leader. You have to stop crying. You have to stop showing weaknesses. You need to lead from the front. And you need not just stay in the back and talking and making a bag of foolishness. This is practical time. This is time when you need to execute. This is time when you need to come up with a plan now, better than the one you have before. This is time you're saying, hang on, yo, we need better windbreak. Yo, we need better contour drains. Yo, we need to plant different varieties that have better root system. Yo, we need to put in roads here and there. So in case we have issues, this is what we're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. When you take the money, Andrew, you take monies and do those kind of things, then you're spending your money in the right area. What you do? Fly 2 drone in the sky and light it up? Huh? Or do something
But now
stupid.
we need the drones more than ever, you know. We need the drones to go and
No,
see
you
what
need
happens.
the drones, Andy.
Now we need the
Now
drones.
the money should have been spending
On the drones.
intricately on drones
Yeah.
to grow and map up the country and devise a plan. If they couldn't form all this formation in the sky, they can devise a plan too. You know, there is something they call, artificial intelligence these days. You can put in almost anything and get what you're really wanting. Andre, I'm not sure if we are living in the time we think we are living in. All right, you have some reactionary people who living in the past around the tongue. Well, the tongue will function like we're living in the past, you know, Andre.
Yep.
We have to think futuristically, Andre. We get an opportunity. We get an opportunity now. We get an opportunity to rebuild and rebuild better. We get an opportunity to build back Carrico and build it back in a formidable way. That the next time we do have an hurricane like that, we can sit and drink rum and laugh and say how nothing is going to happen to us. Andre, those things are things for you to learn from. Not things for you to cry and spill. What, Andre, who the money in the wall for? The money in the world belongs to everybody. You just have to keep it circulating. What are you trying to do? Accumulate 3 billion and then when you're dead, you have no use for it, Andre? Huh? The government afraid to lend money now if they're in the right position, and they should be in the right position based on how they meet the economy. They say it was good and they had a lot of money in X, Y, and Z. All right? Andre, we should be in a position to rebuild and to find resources and build back the country better. So we don't have to be worrying. We need to plan and mitigate against those things. The hurricanes in the world are going to be worse and worse and worse and worse with global warming. And they did warn us about it. They warned us a long time. And they keep warning us and we're not hearing. Where is our building code? Where is the people who goes wrong and ensure that those things are done and done properly? You know, sit down and make bag of foolishness and go and sit down in government place and waste the resources and collect money at the end of the damn month and go at your home and you're feeling happy and you go on pension, you get 2 pension and you're feeling happy and you sit down and you read newspaper and then you see your country breaking up before your very eyes. You are the one, the public servants are the one, Andre, and to find 20-odd million to pay them every month. And what it is that they are doing, where are them? Where are the people? Where are the extension officers? Where are the government officials? Where are those people and them? You can't even see those men and them now. They like cockroach. Running dark places.
Yeah. Someone is saying here, BJ. Let me read it to you before we start to wrap up. Okay, Andre and BJ. If you have an advice of government using one adjective, what would you say to them? Get up and work?
Yes, Andre. But that's more than one word.
Yeah, more than one word. Get up and work.
Yes, Andre. You see, I keep saying week after week, day after day. Andre, development, all right, comes with inclusivity, all right? And when you decide to, draw a line and play politics with everything and say, hang on, this is for one section of the country, this is for another section of the country. You're creating problem, you have chaos. Andre, here now, you need every hands on deck, all right? Yet still, what comes into play? The green and the yellow. That's what comes into play right now. You can't see through that. You can't walk past that. You cannot do anything besides looking at it in a political way because you're a politician. And you're so happy with a little bit of money that you're getting that you forget humanity. You understand? This is the problem, Andrew, and some other zombie me fighting to get inside it because they think, well, it's going to be, easy sailing for me. I can get some money too. Andre, that job inside is to solve the people and to solve them in an admirable way and to solve them in a humanitarian way. You understand? Was last night? I went in the shop, I had $100. Someone say, yo, give me 2 pack of biscuit. What again, Andre? I'm going to call this stuff name. 2 pack of biscuit. Some Milo. And 1 or 2 other things. Andre, one like a blue bag. And me have $100, so me pay the lady. And she say, BJ, $107. I say, I'll come back and pay the 7 this morning. Sometime when I pass through. Andre, 2 little things. So me know what it is outside there for people. And I'm saying that it's tough for people outside there. And now it's time for government to step in, Andre. Step in and do the right thing. I'm sure that, hang on, something, I'm a caring government. I'm not just government alone, all those old NGO and them that just play politics and you can't see them. Where are them today? You can't even see them cleaning up the street. But let some money pass in. Long letters so they writing to tap into it. Where those money spent after that, you don't really know. And for one reason or another, those are the people who does attract money. Andre, that's why we can have serious development. Because the mindset of the people. They see money before everything. You look in the eyes as you're talking to them, and the dollar sign is what you're seeing in the eyes. You don't see anything else. That's all they think about, Andre. And that's the wrong way to live. Yes, I know money is important, but at the same time, you have to understand that humanity is a bigger aspect, much bigger than money.
Where do we go from here?
And you're preaching it every single day. We need to embrace each other in a collective way. We need to forget this politics thing. We need to stop thinking that we're better than some other person. We need to stop thinking that, hang on, I'm governing better than this. I used to do that so. I used to do that so. So how I used to do it is not good. It's how am I doing it that is good. And you're changing the status quo every minute because you want to show up yourself. Andre, where you going with that name? This is self-centered, selfish, unproductive, reactionary way to live. And this is the problem that we have in. We need to look at ourselves first individually and make that change. We need to start thinking about our country. And that should come first. It should come before man, and it should come before political party. That will come in some time, and that have its room. But now is not the time for those things. Now it's time for NNP and NDC to work together and develop Grenada in the way that it ought to be developed. When the time reaches, we're going to knock our battle and make our nice and play our politics. It's not time for that now. Now it's time for us to work in a collective way. Did our opposition leader called in and say, hang on, how we do this, how we do that. Well, he has the experience. He's the one that went through X1s. He has tears in his eyes. So he must have been battle tested already. Was he called and say, hang on, how we do this, how we do that? No, we don't have to call him because he's no important in the scheme of things. But you're going to pick up $44 million, which he whatever sign on to for whatever. That bit you're going to do. And work with, but the other bit where he may get some praises, you leave him out because of the politics. And I just use that as an analogy, Andre. There are a lot of other cases where those things are happening. People who have the experience, people who are able to help, people who have the know-how, they are being left out because of color and politics. You cannot develop a country like that. You go for a job, and because you're green, you cannot get it under yellow governance and stuff like that. So these are not mad people think to do. Andre, people should be placed in position based on their ability to do the job. The proper selection and placement of people is the key to good management. It's in the civilian world and it's in the military world. You cannot take apprentice to do professional job, and this is what is happening in our country. I don't know if you want me to say anything else again. I can tell you good morning and tell Grenada good morning. But before I do, I need to tell my farmers, just hold tight. Keep working. Don't give up. All is not lost. And one of the things in life that, is not very reproachful and always gives you a reward when you're least expecting it is your land. You see the trees bear when you're least expecting them to bear. You see you get increase in production in a particular year when you're least expecting it and stuff like that. So your land your soil don't let you down. You have to keep tiling it, and I'm more than sure you will be getting reward. I know it's tough time and I know it's hard time, but we need to embrace each other. We need to support each other in time like this, and we need to foster, ahead. We need to be, how I should put it, we need to function with high moral. We cannot be demoralized in time like this. I know it's hard, and I know it's when you get up every day and you watch your land. Some people say I'm not going back. Andre, last hurricane, was Ivan, Emily, but then we had Ivan before. My dad was a really, serious farmer, ardent farmer. And he had a lot of lands in Brush Grove and those places, mini estates and those things, and only nutmeg got blown down. And he died a week or so after, Ivan. And I knew part of the reason why he died is because seeing all his nutmeg. I could have tell you that he wouldn't last long after that. He was a healthy man, during them time, and I realized that all his land got blown down and he been working at it for the last 40, 50 years, and then you see all those things fall before your very eyes. And few people can take those stress. So we should be doing a lot of psychological work now with people who lose their stuff. We should be visiting people. Andre, 5 houses got burned down in Chantimel, and the whole of Grenada converged. All them politicians and them, because they want to make the show business, they want to be their expert. I don't know some of those people who haven't gotten back a house yet, but you see they showing up and stuff like that. So 90% of the north of the island got damaged. Where are those politicians? You can't see them, Andre.
Final question for you, BJ. Answer in 30 seconds. Should the government at this point in time, one of the things that they may do or they should do is subsidize chainsaws? Andre,
I don't even think about subsidized chainsaw. By now, we should have 1,000 chainsaw with a brigade, structured team from the government. And by now, the government should be aware as to who or which of the farmers that need to clear the land and to get restarted again. That's what needs to happen. Subsidizing chainsaw where every farmer had to go and pay $3,000 for a chainsaw. That itself is been difficult for a farmer to buy now. By now, we should be saying the brigade is coming in X place today, or Y place today. We're dealing with X farm today, Y farm today. In that way, you get this farm reactivated fairly quick. You leave it up to the farmer, Andre, he may have difficulty doing those things. Unless you don't make resources available to some people now or help them directly, they won't be able to bounce back as you really want them to bounce back.
Have a good day, BJ.
Take care, Andre. God bless you and God bless Grenada. Farmers, keep hanging in there. All is not lost. Take care.
One love.
Where you walk? What you say?
It is real. It's 91. Stay tuned. The news at the top of the hour. Love you, respect you. Goodbye. God bless you. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest news update as produced by the Northern News Network. The details when I return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant. providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. Locally, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell says the government will not allow people who were not affected by the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl on July 1st to take advantage of any fiscal incentive offered to those who were or are impacted. In the region, in Barbados, efforts on to spur youth development through football.
I hope that this institution here now, the Prime Minister's Cup, will come to be a critical part of the building out of our social capital of our nation, giving youngsters a chance that they would not otherwise have to be able to display the results of their discipline, their commitment to wellness, their proficiency and their art as a footballer. There is too much anger and too much anxiety in this country. Who ain't angry, anxious. Can't work. And all of us know that. If it was home at you, you would have a responsibility to deal with it and tell, cool down. We're coming with all that temper. You can't fly up so in here. You understand? There's more than one way to solve problems. You understand? And the notion that even separate from that, we have the kinds of fights that we are. And regrettably, you see that thing called a phone? You think fights only started in Barbados 2-3 years ago? Or 5 years ago? Fights was happening ever since. Why practice criminal law? So I know more than most of you. 35 years ago, 36 years ago, I started practicing